What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Logisticalstyles coming at you with another video, and today we are doing a product review. What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Logisticalstyles coming back at you with another video, and like I said before, today we are doing a product review. And today the product we are reviewing is this right here. This mixer came in this box. This is the GUDEHOLO M06. I think that's the way it's pronounced. I think it's GUDEHOLO or GUDEHOLO M06. It's a 6-channel audio mixer sound system board. And just, to read off their words as they describe it, it has 4 mono input channels, 1 stereo channel with gold-plated XLRs and balanced line input, ultra low noise, discrete mic preamps with phantom power, high headroom offering more dynamic range, balanced inputs for high signal integrity, ultra musical 3-band EQ, peak LEDs on all mono channels, built-in digital multi-effects, 16 different DSP channels or DSP options, and a separate master mix output. So this is the box that came in. It was packaged really well. Everything was separately covered in plastic and packed in styrofoam. I didn't do a unboxing video. I just kind of I get products, I just want to jump right into them. So in the box you get the instruction manual, you get this mixer itself, and then you get this here power supply. So let's start with the power supply. The power supply is not my favorite part of this mixer. I think actually it's the most probably the most controversial part of this mixer right here. I'm not sure why they decided to go this route with it. I mean, I can see some of the positives to it, but overall I would have chosen another power supply, and I'll tell you why. First of all, I think it's good that they have a little light that shows that it's plugged in. That's really cool. When you plug it in, this little light turns red, so at least you're dealing with a functional outlet. I like the fact that the cable is pretty thick. On other mixers of this caliber, you usually get a power brick that has 2 flimsy power cables on each end, like little spaghetti power strings, and they're not my favorite. I always feel like they're gonna break. In fact, I've had some actually get worn out and fray out after heavy usage. So I like the fact that this is a nice thick cable. I like the fact that they have a locking ring on the end of the cable, so it locks into the mixer. And I think it's important that they have it, because this is a power connector that you will probably not find anywhere else in any of your boxes or equipment cases or whatever. You won't. I doubt anybody else has this connector just laying around. If you forget this or you lose this connector, then you're just kind of stuck. I mean, so you might as well just go ahead, and it's a 4-pin. It looks like an XLR connector, but it's not. It's got 4 pins and a little notch, so you know how to screw it in. And I suggest that you screw it in and you just keep it. Well, when you transport it, you don't want to, because that puts unnecessary pressure on it. But just don't forget this, because if you forget this, then you're gonna have some issues. But I think that's like the biggest flaw of the mixer. Everything else is really good and very convenient for a lot of different situations. One thing I didn't really notice when I knew the mixer was coming, and I thought it was, well, it's just going to be a mixer. I've reviewed a mixer before on this channel, and I think there's not a whole lot you can do other than adding more channels to a mixer. But the way they set this up is very different, and I think it's really good for like a beginner DJ that just got their controller and they just want to go out and do some small gigs or whatever. I think this would be really handy. And even for a more experienced DJ, you might need something like this, because you can use it to expand on to whatever mixer you may have. What's really cool about this is you have 4 channels that have their mono inputs, 4 mono inputs that have combo jacks, so you can hook up an XLR connected device, or you can hook up a 1/4-inch tip ring sleeve connector into here, and it will work. Most mixers of this range usually have 1 or 2 maybe 3, but that's if you spend a little bit more money to have more combo jacks or more inputs of this nature. But this mixer right here costs $99. So you got to keep that in mind when you think about everything you're getting with this mixer and the pluses and the minuses, the pros and the cons of it. Remember, this mixer costs $99. Because you have 4 of them, 4 of these combo jacks, you can hook up 4 microphones. Sometimes as a DJ, you do get in situations where it's like a talent show or some other, maybe it's a play or something, like some place where you're providing more than just DJing. You're providing wireless mics. That's why a lot of people kind of get DJs sometimes, is like they're having an event, and you know, hotels and places, they charge ridiculous prices to provide customers with a microphone, a wireless mic. So sometimes it's just cheaper to hire a DJ and say, hey, I need you to have 3 or 4 mics. And this board allows you to have that, and it leaves a channel that is RCA connected. And that's different because on most mixers in this range, I keep saying that, but most mixers in this range, you have like RCAs, but they are the send and returns for maybe some effects, or I just use them as extra inputs and outputs, but that's what they are usually placed at. In this mixer's case, it doesn't have any send and returns. It just has the built-in onboard effects. So well, there's a effects return, but there's not a input and output for the effects return and send. You have a channel 5 and 6 that is for your RCA connected device, and most entry-level mixers or controllers they use RCA connections. The Rev 7 is a controller that I use, and it only has RCA outputs, just like the SB2 or SB3. They only have RCA outputs, and I'm sure all the other brands as well. So that makes it perfect for you to be able to still hook your controller up and hook up your microphones and still have XLR outputs from the board to go to your speakers. So you still have a really professional set of input and outputs, and you're able to integrate your controller into it as well. If you have a controller that has 1/4 inch outputs, then you just would use a couple of these channels and give up some of your mics. You'd use your mic on the controller. So this is very convenient. It has a lot of flexibility. Let's go ahead and plug it up, and I'll show you what it looks like when I plug it up. Get a little power here. You'll see that, let's see, the LED screen pops up. You'll see that this is where you can choose your different effects. You scroll it through them. There's only 16, but when you find the one you want, you press on it. It stops flashing, and you're locked in. This yellow knob right here is the parameter knob for your effects, so you can determine just how deep you want that effect to be. And then these knobs per channel show how much of that effect you want to apply to each specific channel. You've got your high, your gain, your highs, your mids, your bass for your EQ, and then a volume control knob per channel. Each channel also has a pad button, which allows you to bring the volume down if you're coming in a little too hot, or if you're using an instrument that might have a really hot input signal. Maybe, well, actually, the instructions themselves say you should use the pad, engage the pad button when you're using like a CD player or a synthesizer or a line level input, maybe like even a DJ controller. You have high pass filters, and that just cuts off a little bit of the low end. So maybe you have a microphone that gets a lot of rumble when you're handling it and you want to cut some of that out, or you got a lot of wind and that's kind of giving you a lot of rumble in your sound. You can hit the high pass filter, and that can help you with that. There's phantom power. You engage that, you get a light that shows that it's on. The one thing I don't like is that phantom power would apply to all the inputs. So if you engage that, then you have to be mindful of what else you're plugging into these inputs. You don't really want to unplug device that doesn't require phantom power into a port that has phantom power engaged. So just think about that. You have your effects return that also controls how much effects you got. Let's just go ahead and hook it up to the Mackie Thump Go here, and you can hear how it sounds. I can show you better than I can tell you. So let's plug this in here. Bring you up a little bit. And let's see. Check 1 2 2 2 2 2 2 2. Check 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 1 2 1 2 1 2. All right. So now we got some echo going. If we go into the manual, so I am on 10, and 10 is delay at 560 milliseconds of delay. And you can control the amount and how much echo goes. Like right now, I've turned the effects return off completely. I can bring it up to 10, and then I can bring the parameter up a little bit more, and then I can bring it up on the channel. So now this is like maximum delay. Now I can bring it down, and now there's just my voice. So either way, you have option to kill it from here. You can kill it from this end right here. If you bring that down, and then well, there's still a little echo. You bring down that return, and then now it's just my voice. And you can do that with all the effects. So that's how it works with a microphone. Now let's hooking up a device such as my iPhone, and it's going to play some beats. We're going to hook it up to channel 5.6. It's the stereo channel with the RCA inputs. So that's just some beats being played off of Launchpad app on my iPhone, but I'm running it into this channel, and you see how well it sounds. It just flows right in. I'm using 1/4 inch outputs going right into the 3.5 input on the Mackie Thump Go. And the sound is decent. It's good. But there you have it. It's a mixer. It, like I said in my other video review of a previous mixer, there aren't a whole lot of things you can do. I mean, there are some features, but you got to spend more money to get to those features, like the USB inputs and different level effects and stuff like that. But for $99, I think this is a steal of a deal. For $99, if you need a mixer, if you do weddings, if you do karaoke, you DJ in a bar or something like that, and you need a way for people to hook up various instruments or microphones to a board, and you want to have some level of control over it, this mixer definitely gives you that. It allows you to have effects that you can apply to each channel individually. I mean, you can choose one effect and have a choice of applying it to any of these 5 channels. Then 6 channels actually, 1 2 3 4 5 6 channels, and then you have the option of outputting to XLR inputs, 1/4 inch inputs. You have 1/4 inch and XLR combo jacks. I think it's a really good deal. The manual, it is an interesting manual. They do a pretty decent job of giving you instructions on how to hook everything up, but there are a couple of things where I think there was just maybe something was lost in translation. But if you actually take time to read a manual, then I think you can easily figure out how to hook this thing up. I do recommend you do read the manual. There is some good information in here. I mean, they even give you some troubleshooting tips. And they have a little QR code on the back so you can scan that and get to the website and see how to set it up. I do like the fact that they do have contact information. They have an email address and a US phone number, so you can, at least for me, it's convenient that I can call them on the phone and get some support. So that is this mixer. This, once again, this is the GUDEHOLO M06. I think it's a really good option for DJs of all different levels. And if you are interested in it, just look for information in the description. And if you like these videos, please click like and subscribe. I know I'm supposed to say that way earlier in the video. Maybe I should edit that in. But yeah, if you like what you're seeing, please like, subscribe, and check out more videos. I do lots of product reviews whenever I can. I've got another wireless mic from another company I'm going to be doing a review on real soon. I still really kind of need to do a review for the Pioneer Rev 1. But I've just been so busy with gigs and work and everything else. So I'm trying to get these videos out as soon as I can. But I appreciate the support. And until next time, it's your boy Logistical Styles, and I'm out.